Have you ever had seller's remorse? There's a phrase that's very fitting for the story I'm about to tell you. If you love something, let it go. If it was meant to be, it'll come back to you. About a year ago is when I acquired my first Seiko SARB. I owned it for about 3 months until I sold it to fund my Omega Speedmaster. However, it wasn't long for me to realize I had made a huge mistake and I ended up buying it back. I initially bought the watch after a video our friends over at Theo and Harris put out. The title of that video was my NYC custom shirt featuring a custom apparel. In the video, Christian is wearing an all solid yellow gold Rolex State Date, and the tailor that was helping him out was actually wearing a Seiko SARB033. In the video, they do a wrist check for the camera. It was in that moment that I absolutely fell head over heels for that watch. You know, my wife is not a big fan of a lot of the watches that I like, but when she first saw the SARB, she liked it and even said, "You finally bought something pretty." Keep in mind, at that point I had already had my Seiko SKX007, a vintage Omega Seamaster, and some other pieces in the collection. This sentiment was shared with several other people when they saw the watch. Honestly, before I even bought the watch, I took a screenshot of that wrist check in the video and asked several people what watch looked more expensive. Most people of course chose the gold watch, but when I asked them if they thought both watches were worth the same price, most people said, yeah, maybe the gold one's worth a little bit more. This goes to show you that non-watch people really do judge a watch on aesthetics alone. That's why brands like MVMT, Daniel Wellington, and all the other fashion brands have mass market appeal. However, this watch is not just pretty, it packs a lot of good stuff for not a lot of money. Since the watch has been discontinued, prices have slowly crept up, but you can still find them new for less than $500 or pre-owned for less than $400. This watch is the perfect size in my opinion. At 38mm and overall dimensions of 46mm and 11.2mm thick, it can adapt to many different wrist sizes, and it looks fantastic on both men and women. Speaking of women, my wife borrows this watch from time to time, and as a watch enthusiast, this brings me a lot of joy. To be able to share your passion with someone special in your life is truly a blessing. The SARB is considered by many as the only watch you ever need. And they wouldn't be wrong. This watch is versatile and it pairs beautifully with whatever strap you put on it. I know the dolphin hands make this watch a little elegant, but I can assure you it's a strap monster. It also helps that the watch has a 20mm lug width, so the strap possibilities are endless. The watch also comes with 100-meter water resistance, sapphire crystal, display case back, sign crown, a bracelet with solid links and end links. This particular piece is very, shall we say, worn, but even with all the battle scars, this is a true beauty. In the lume department, it doesn't disappoint either. It features Seiko's own LumaBright that shines very bright. There's a lot of arguments in the watch community as to whether this watch should even feature lume as more of a, dress piece. But in my opinion, I love the lume and Seiko made the right move. My wrist, just so you know, measure in at 6 7/8 inches. That's about 17.46 centimeters. The watch is very comfortable to wear, and the fact that it's a Seiko makes it easier to wear on a day-to-day basis. What I mean is that I can walk into a board meeting and not feel pretentious by wearing something that's super luxurious. And when I'm walking late at night around the neighborhood or travel to another country, I won't feel like someone wants to rob me. Now, I'm not diminishing any other brands as I highly respect them, but there's something about wearing an affordable piece that punches above its weight, and that to me, it's super appealing. A watch doesn't need to be expensive to be the perfect watch or even your one and only watch. But it definitely helps when it's the right price, has crazy specs like the 6R15 movement that's hackable and can be hand wound. So the question is, do you have that perfect watch, and would you ever have a one watch collection? Furthermore, if you only have one watch, is that even a collection? So many questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. And as always, my friends, thank you and stay humble.